Oh heck, honey, it looks like I'm preggo. Oh wait, it was just a mango all along. You have been bamboozled. Good evening, laddies, lasses, and lassos, and welcome to the Click. You smell amazing today. Oh yes, give me that. Anyway, so today we're gonna look at something absolutely amazing. We're gonna look at r/QuitYourBS, which is really funny, really cutesy, and not really, and we're gonna enjoy it and have a lot of fun. By the way, did you know, this is the first recording I am doing since the channel hit 1 million subs. I'm still kind of shaken up about it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really mean it. This is like my dream come true, and I never thought we would come this far. It's kind of nuts. Anyway, to the memes. Whoa, we can get sappy later in the video. Breaking news! Video game players are urged to play at reasonable times to avoid putting an extra strain on internet networks during the coronavirus outbreak. Online gaming is the biggest threat to internet bandwidth these next few weeks. No. Video games use around 50 to 75 megabytes per hour. Streaming on Netflix uses 3 gigabytes per hour for HD video. To put that into perspective, Netflix uses more than 30 times the data that video games use. Yes! Video games don't use a lot. They just need like good, fast, reliable internet that doesn't spike and have, you know, the delay and stuff. But the data isn't that bad. If you watch the Click video in highly ultra K, so you can see the hairs in my nostrils, well, now we're talking. Overload your neighborhood internet today. Oh yes. IKEA. Hey Jacksonville, we can't wait to open. Well, that's grammatically butchered. Our doors to you and your family. IKEA Jacks to open. No, but... Okay, November 8th.
The American flag is supposed to be flown higher than any other country flag here.
Our flags are flown in accordance to the United States Code G. When flags of two or more nations are displayed, they are to be flown from separate staffs at the same height. The flag should be approximately equal size. International usage forbids the display of the flag of one nation above the other nation in time of peace. Title 4, United States Code, Chapter 1, Section 7, Position and Manner of Display, Subpoint G. Take that, you hateful poo! Swedish flag! Woo! PETA! Oh, this is gonna be gold, isn't it? PETA is known for having really good takes, like that weird image of the cow that looks human breastfeeding an individual. I don't know, it was supposed to not make people drink milk, but all the replies were just like really like bonk.
Steve Irwin's actions were not on target with his supposed message of protecting wildlife. A real wildlife expert and someone who respects animals for the individuals they are, leaves them to their own business in their natural homes.
Steve Irwin didn't have a kill rate over 80%. You do. He didn't donate 70k to a convicted arsonist. You did. And he wasn't in bed with an eco-terrorist network. Again, you. His passion was animal conservation. Yours is profit. So take your self-righteous BS and shove it. Oh my god. I find it so satisfying whenever the people who are like the most shady are also the most confident, the most eager to take a moral high horse. It just makes it so much more sweeter. Oh my god. It's like a cake with another tiny cake on top.
Stanley was a bigot. He said Peter Parker could never be gay. So stop with this Stanley worshipping. He's not only refused to make Spider-Man queer, he also stated that Spider-Man should never be gay. If you continue to idolize him, then you are just as bad.
He said Peter Parker shouldn't be gay because the character wasn't written with the intention to be queer. There is more to LGBTQ+ inclusion than just queer-washing already established non-queer characters. And also, Peter Parker isn't the only Spider-Man. Stan Lee created the X-Men to show how we shouldn't discriminate or be afraid of people just because they're different. That's whom you're trying to paint as a bigot. Sit your dumb ass down.
Let's make a massive deal out of something out of context. Yahoo! That's how we fight the world.
I think the spookiest thing that happened last night at Horror Night was when Terry Crews rudely said, no, when asked for a picture. No, the scariest thing I saw was you rudely pushing through my kids like a zombie to ask for one. Oh my god! If you want to walk through kids like they're water and ask for a picture, don't be surprised when someone says no. You have already shown that you probably aren't the kind of person you want to be on the picture together with.
I did not like you trying to prove me wrong about the truth of vaccines from the post I did earlier. I must tell you that I spent extensive hours of research on the subject, and now I have the equivalent knowledge of any doctor or immunologist. I googled for 25 minutes and found websites that agree with my already established opinion. Science. So stop pretending you know more than me. You're just an 18-year-old naive kid. Vaccines cause autism.
Ah, here we go again. This is a bit of a Tivoli ride, isn't it?
Quit believing what the government tells you and your stupid argument, water has more aluminum than vaccine. It's stupid because there's a difference between ingestion and injection. When drinking something, your body has digestive filters, while a vaccine put in your bloodstream doesn't. So do your own research, you stupid... That's not a good word.
1. Extensive as they may be, hours of research on the internet does not beat 5 years of medical school. And I see you just got that job as a cashier at 40 years old. It's safe to say you didn't even go to college at all. Oh, we're getting personal right away up in this. Ooh. 2. You're. 3. Vaccines don't cause autism. Show me one study that hasn't been debunked yet that prove they do. I've had this argument hundreds of times and I never got anything shown. Yeah, isn't it quoting that one study from like the 80s or something? And that's still what they're kind of trying to quote, but completely out of context, and it's been debunked countless times.
Science!
A vaccine put in your bloodstream doesn't have filters. Excuse me, but didn't you learn what the liver and the kidneys are doing during your hours of research? Their main purpose is to filter drugs. Also, if that wasn't true, like you would just be drunk forever as soon as you had a beer. Very, like, economical, but not very good. You just called me a bad word, you motherfricker. I'm glad your kids don't talk to you, you disgusting piece of poo. Also, props to your husband for leaving you. He probably got tired of your poo. Also, mom says the family doesn't want you to come to the wedding next month, so don't bother showing up. Oh my, this is from a relative? I thought it was just, a random anti-vax troll you bumped into on a Facebook group or something that took you to the DMs. This is actually a relative. Oh my god. Yeah, talk about tossing like slurs to your relatives. Good stuff. That ought to prove your point. Hell yeah.
Rural China, rural America.
Rural America is a truck stop by a major highway.
It's rural. McDonald's belongs in the wild.
The Big Macs run free across the savannah. Their only natural predators are the swarms of nuggies that act like piranhas.
Nebulized hydrogen peroxide therapy is an inexpensive and simple way to treat most viral respiratory illnesses. All you need is an nebulizer with a face mask that covers your mouth and nose, and common household hydrogen peroxide available at most grocery stores and pharmacies.
I will report you for endangering public health. H2O2 vapor will destroy lung tissue. Wait, you will seriously do this? Something that will literally melt your insides before wearing a regular face mask, for example? When you have a viral infection, you don't have, for example, antibiotics because it's not effective, so you typically just treat the symptoms. Maybe that's what you mean? I don't know, but still very much no. Puerto Rican here, living in the US though. Thank you, Trump, for sending this hospital ship to us. Much appreciated. Weird. In another post you said you were Indian. Oh, you're the Donald poster. Cambodian Vietnamese guy here. I don't see why someone can't be both Puerto Rican and Indian. Perhaps OP's parent came from both countries and he identifies as both. In my case, my mom is from Cambodia and my dad is from Vietnam. I therefore identify as both Cambodian and Vietnamese. Lamau, you posted with the same account. Like the first guy and the third guy is the same dude. When you try to prove a point so badly, you just have to make people up. I got banned from the movie sub for a comment that had 200 upvotes. So people like it and agreed, but the mod banned me because it was a conservative opinion related to movies. r/movies mod here. Here's the comment you were banned for. You're Islamic, which means you're R-worded. Oh dear. And please go away. Clearly I stuck a chord with some people and you're just hating. It had no upvotes. My educated opinion was banned for no reason, just because I happen to lean a certain direction. You tried, but it wasn't very good.
Tide Pods and vaccines share 15 of the same ingredients. Facebook science. Oh, what would we do without you?
And we share 80% of DNA with banana peels. What's your point? It's like when they rearrange, what is it, COVID or something, or pandemic?
It's like, if you rearrange this, it becomes media control.
Yeah, if you rearrange it another way, it also comes out as erotic almond. I choose to believe that conspiracy. Thank you very much. Sass. This Victoria's Secret model can program code in Python, C++, Java, MIPS, and Objective-C.
Anyone? I don't think so. Only print hello world. Yes, you can write hello world. What a waste.
I have 27,481 points on Stack Overflow. I'm on the iOS tutorial team for RayWendelis.com. I am the lead iOS software engineer for Rally Bounce, the 841st fastest growing company in the US according to this magazine. I have a bachelor's degree from Amherst where I double major in computer science and theater. I am able to live my life doing anything I love. Looking at these comments, I wonder why 41% of women in technical careers drop out because of a hostile work environment. Go figure. Oh my god. Yeah, to be fair, like, online comments are the worst place. I think Ludwig said it best when he was asked, but don't you read your comments? He's like, you read your comments? I try to read my comments, I'm gonna be honest, but sometimes you scroll through it and it can also just ruin your day. And it sucks because 99% of everyone, for example, the comments under this video, are absolutely amazing. They're like talking about the things in the video. They're complimenting me on my pineapple shirt, for example. Good freaking comment, thank you very much. And things like that, normal people discussion stuff. And then you have that one person who's like, you are actually stupid because let me nitpick this thing you said in the video completely out of context. And now I make you look at the stupid. And, you know, of course nobody likes that comment because they're just being a poo. But still, it gets to you because negative stuff gets to you. It's weird. Humans suck. I suppose it's important to figure out, and that was something I learned as a creator, negative things always hit harder than positive things. And I think part of that is for the simple reason that our survival instinct tells us to focus on the bad so we can fix it, because otherwise it might kill us. And if something is positive, that means it's, you know, already fixed, so you don't have to worry about it, kind of. But in the modern world, I think it's good to limit things you know make you unhappy or ruin your day. So for example, for me, Twitter is that kind of thing. If I'm in a good mood and I have spare energy, Twitter can be really entertaining. You can go there, you can post your stuff, you can interact with creators or whatever. Really nice. When I don't have the spare energy, I get overly irritated and annoyed by, you know, silly things propping up my timeline. And realizing when you should limit that engagement because it gets to you in a different way is a very good way of making sure that you don't ruin your days for no reason. That's just an example, but it goes for different things in life, not only the online world. Stay happy out there.
No, our universities are infested with communists. I went to my son's graduation from Eugene. His history professor started off his speech, I hate America.
I am the chair of the history department at the University of Oregon, and I conduct our graduation ceremonies. This did not happen. Maybe if you have to make up the thing you're arguing about, it's not an argument worth making. How about that? Damn, my voice can go high. I am so talented.
A Bible address every Sunday. Evolution is a lie. Oh.
If you have evidence to disprove evolution, then write it down, get it peer-reviewed, and collect your Nobel Prize. No, but you see, dinosaurs are a lie that were made by communists. Rotten Tomatoes, John Carpenter would have been 70 years old today. We celebrate his birthday by looking back at his 5 favorite films. John Carpenter, to Rotten Tomatoes, despite how it appears, I'm actually not dead. That must be the best thing about Twitter, like celebrities calling out BS articles. It's so entertaining.
Lake Oklahoma Park and Trail, woo, hiking girl.
My sister said she was going hiking. This is our backyard.
You gotta get them engagements. Oh, yes, indeed.
Why even bother? Just use a green screen. Dear God, why do the effort of going into your backyard if you're gonna fake it anyway? Get good. I made a note for myself with a joke. You wanna hear my joke? Here's the joke. This is 90% of Tinder profiles that say, love hiking Lamau. Thank you, past click. You're a comedic genius. I'm so glad I wrote this down for myself. Oh my god, it's kind of true though, isn't it? Yeah, I'll give you a half point, past click, you're a good boy.
Mark Hamill called Zack Snyder's Watchmen his favorite movie.
No, I didn't. Here we go again.
Hashtag ad. Loving how my tummy looks right now, you guys. I brought ad flat tummy coast meal replacement shakes into my routine about 2 weeks ago under progress. Undeniable. PS, the shakes are 20% off today and you can get flat tummy too at a really good deal, so go check it out.
Naughty Hub, we need up in here ASAP, and here they come. If you're too irresponsible to A, own up to the fact that you have a personal trainer, nutritionist, a probable chef, and a surgeon to achieve your aesthetic, rather than this laxative product. It's a oh dear God. And B, tell them the side effects of this non-FDA approved product that most doctors are saying aren't healthy. Side effects is possible flat tummy. T side effects are cramping, stomach pains, diarrhea, and dehydration. Sounds great. Anything for a flat tummy. Then I guess I have to. It is so incredibly awful that this industry bullied you until you became this fixated on your appearance. That's the media's fault. But now please don't put that back into the world and hurt other girls the way you have been hurt. You're a smart woman, be smarter than this. Oh my God. Going to great lengths to look good isn't bad. You know, professional people that are professionally good lookers have been around for quite a while, like different kind of modeling or actors or bodybuilders, whatever it might be. There are many categories where the whole point is like being as marketable or pretty or modelly or buildy as possible. It's perfectly fine and it's massively legitimate. But I would say it gets into the shady territory when you get to the point where you're saying, oh, me spending 8 hours a day into the gym and having this professional diet and it doesn't mean anything because this one sponsored product I have with this weird freaking tea, that's what did the entire thing. That's when it gets a bit scammy. That would be like marketing an evening math course claiming it will get you a PhD. It's like, the evening math course can be okay, but it's not going to get you a 9-year education just like that. And the same thing here. You're not going to look like a bodybuilding model from drinking some skinny tea from some shady link. It's a bit of a shame this kind of marketing works. That's why instead you should check out today's video sponsor, totally legitimate. Today's video sponsor is me. Check out my pins in the link in the below in the description. They're back in stock. Camera! There we go, look at them beauties. Oh yes, indeed, you can find them in the description, back in stock right now. Thank you so much, Click, for sponsoring this video. You are welcome, Click. They will not make you skinny, but you can wear them on your jacket and be cool.
I am equals doesn't exist in the English vocab. Please stop using it.
Am I a joke to you? When the word itself calls you out, you know you're having a bad day. Your phone is now hacked. Do exactly as I say and I will remove the hack. If you don't, then I destroy your phone. If you try to block or report me, I'll still destroy it. Now send your age and a live face pic to prove you're real. What kind of phone am I on? What OS? You have 30 seconds to send them before I destroy it. You didn't answer my question. I don't need to. It's been more than 30 seconds. Yup, and it's getting destroyed. You didn't really plan ahead for people taking you up on your BS, did you? Yes, I just destroy it. You think I can't? I'm still waiting on that. Look, I'm gonna go get some lunch. You have fun with hacking my phone. Just copying all your content from it first. Alright, sure. You done yet? I mean, it can't take that long. I only have like 4 pictures on my phone and they're all of pigeons. The important content. Next step is to just have pictures of ducks. The mountain with his brothers is the definition of bish, you thought. So here's the tall big boy, and here's the other tall big boy with also tall boys. The mountain with his brothers. These are 2 basketball players in Iceland, not my brothers. I actually don't have a brother, I have 2 sisters. When he tries so hard to make a flashy news story of random pictures he found on Google. You tried. But not very well.
So sad. This baby was given an MMR vaccine and had this reaction soon afterwards. She's struggling right now with breathing tube, as you can see. Please share for awareness. Hashtag anti-vax, hashtag vaccination, hashtag anti-vaccination. Ooh.
1, MMR is not usually given until 12 months. This is an infant. 2, there's no breathing tube. The correct medical term, I believe, is binky. 3, there's an NG tube there, probably for feeding. 4, those are benign infantile hemangom. 5, this is how anti-vaxxers spread fear. Yeah, claim something is due to something without context, don't listen to the doctors, and everyone assumes you're telling the truth or in the echo chamber, and it just kind of goes downhill from there, doesn't it?
You're stupid for get anti-SJW, lol. This blog is stupid. I hate you C-words. White people suck. Go suck a pee-pee.
Looks like I trigger more SJWs. Keep sending these asks. They only fuel my logic. Ha ha ha. Never forget the guy who didn't remember to hit anon before sending himself a hate mail. Why is this so apparent? Why are you doing this? I guess this is what I'm gonna do when I run out of content. It's like, hey everyone, welcome to another episode of r/confidently incorrect. And I just go on alt accounts and be like, the earth is flat. Ha! And they're like, oh, that's stupid. Oh, my future is golden.
Gotta love people in this town. You haven't talked to them in over 10 years and they still try to tear you down because you're doing better than them. Not sure what they get out of it, but all you do is keep doing what you're making people happy, and time will show the truth. I appreciate everyone who sticks by us.
Hey, remember that time when you called me a fat little F-word bish when I said hi to you at the carnival? Good times, lol.
But yeah, just put that positivity out there. It's gonna come back anytime, and this is my positivity, because
Mr. Beast came and ate at Texas last night and stiffed his server Lamau. A random person recognized me and paid for my meal, which was incredibly nice. So I never got a bill and had no way of tipping. It's funny because people think I'm dumb for the size of tips I leave when I'm not filming, and the one time I can't, I get put on blast on Twitter. I think it's an awkward situation where you can't win no matter what you do. Like, some people call you out for like, oh my god, what are you doing? This is so silly, when you pay a lot. And some people will expect you to pay everything and get really upset when you don't do it. It's this awkward middle ground where you have extreme people with weird opinions on both sides, and someone is always gonna hate it. Lol, never vaccinated and never got sick. And didn't stop me from becoming a Marine Lamau. Here comes the hate comments. Quit your BS, buddy. The US military forces you to get every single vaccine. Marine my butt. It's like that classic copy pasta. Hey, you punk, I'll find you. I am a veteran in guerrilla warfare. Ooh, guerrilla warfare. Sounds nasty. I am 15 and I just dropped out of school because my 18-year-old boyfriend told me to. What can I do? Considering your post history includes the post title, I got 2 girls preg on 17, what should I do? I am going to suggest maybe stop lying for attention. Edit. Here's the link to the post. Why do you spend so much time just trying to get attention on Reddit? I mean, it's nice when notifications go up, but at some point, you gotta stop doing it for only the notifications, man. Says I, who clickbaits the most endearing stuff on my channel. Ooh.
A friend told me that hours after having the AC jab, he was sitting at the dining table when he suddenly projected vomited pints of black blood.
Wow, this is like some Pirates of the Caribbean here.
Over the next 4 days, he suffered bleeding from his rectum, had blood in his male splooshies, and came up with bruises all over his body.
Inspirational that he was that fricked up and still felt the need to do the self-naughties. You're laying on the floor in a pool of your own barfed black blood. You're like, better pull one off. This is the time to do it, fam. I am in the mood for some action. I'm just picturing that, and it's so disturbing. Man, I love my job. Posting like this on your dying grandma? Yuck. Ah, for frick's sake, you people are reactionary morons. This isn't the girl's grandmother, it's her aunt. She isn't dying, she just had a simple surgery. This is a series of photos. In the first one, the niece is laying in the bed with her and hugging her. Then there's this photo. Then another one when they're both laughing. Then the final one, the girl is sitting on the bed holding her hand. The original caption says, keeping aunt's name spirits high after surgery, she's feeling better now. The people in the sub are the real trashy ones for faking outrage over some BS photo with a BS backstory that not a single person thought to actually question. The trashiest of all is OP for reposting this BS lie. Yep, that's how hate spreads online. Booyah, baby. I've seen so many stories similar to this in my time on the internet, and it's wild. It can be about anything. I've seen like exes do weird things to the partners, or like, you know, take a screenshot of a fake snap that says something racist and boom, they're expelled from college. Or, you know, stuff like this that goes super viral and potentially doxes and puts people in jeopardy for what? Exactly, it's so weird. Always double check stuff online. It's hard though, because we scroll through so much things. But if a story is very scandalous and it's someone you don't know, a reverse search is usually a good idea.
I want to buy Game Boy Advance plus Pokemon Leaf Green. Is it available?
Yes, it's still available.
Can I send a code to you?
Code?
The code is to prove you're real. Can I send the code to you?
Sounds like you're trying to use my phone number to try to get access to my account. The fact I've seen this exact thing on Reddit where somebody was looking for a cat.
Okay, check your phone inbox message and send me the 6-digit code.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna post this for like 5 karma. Woo! 5 karma! Me and my GF, we had a similar scam happen to us recently. Obviously, we didn't fall for it, but it's still very sneaky. And they're trying to like push this really hard. So we were gonna get rid of some old furniture. And we put it up on like, you know, a marketplace. And someone texted and said like, hey, I wanna pick up furniture. And we're like, oh, that's cool. And then they went on this like super complicated thing. Like, oh, I can't make it because I'm in a different country. But I'm gonna send this, I don't know, UPS or FedEx or something to pick it up. And it's like, okay, sure, whatever, as long as we get the money, that's fine. And then they sent this fake PDF they had made that kind of looks like an official PDF, but of course it isn't. And they're like, hey, I just sent you this from FedEx website. And according to this PDF, you have to pay FedEx a down payment from you, the person who's supposed to sell the stuff, so they can come, pick up your stuff, and then you receive the money back plus the payment for the stuff. The driver is supposed to give it to you somehow. So after that, we're just like, no, fam. And also the email you're using is like horganglorgan@gmail.com, not literally FedEx, which is their domain. So it's so weird. Like the amount of scams is wild. Hollywood star Chris O'Dowd only wishes to play Irish characters and tired of seeing Irish actors playing Americans. Nope, didn't say that. Russian space pen. Okay, what is this about? When NASA first started sending astronauts into space, they realized that the ballpoint pen would not work at zero gravity. $1 million investment in 2 years of tests resulted in a pen that could write in space, upside down on almost any surface, and at temperatures ranging from below freezing to over 300 degrees Celsius. When confronted with the same problem, the Russians used a pencil. In the early years of spaceflight, both Russians and Americans used pencils in space. Unfortunately, pencil lead is made of graphite, a highly conductive material. Snapped graphite leads and particles in zero gravity is hugely problematic, as they will get sucked into the air ventilation or electronic equipment, easily causing shorts or fires in the pure oxygen environment of a capsule. After the fire in Apollo 1, which killed all the astronauts on board, NASA required a writing instrument that wasn't a fire hazard. Fisher spent over $1 million of his own money creating a pressurized ballpoint pen, which NASA bought for $2.95 each. The Russian space program also switched over from pencils shortly after. 40 years later, snadmorons on the internet will still blabber about it because snadmorons on the internet never know what they're talking about. Welcome to the internet. Have a look around. Flat Earth and anti-vax and yippity-hoo.
All forms of mercury are classified as a genetic terminator. Thermosol is 49.5% mercury.
Nope.
Please, prove me wrong.
Let me explain it this way. Sodium is extremely reactive. It literally explodes when it touches water. Chlorine is highly toxic at anything but very low doses. Table salt, aka sodium chloride, is 50% sodium and 50% chlorine. Does that mean it will explode when it touches water and gives you chlorine poisoning? Obviously not. When sodium and chlorine are together, they change each other's properties, and neither chemical behaves the way it would by itself. The same thing is true with mercury. The ethyl group in ethyl mercury changes the mercury's properties, just like chlorine changes the sodium properties. P.S. No forms of mercury are classified as genetic terminators, because that is not a term that is used to classify chemicals. It is literally a made-up term that no regulatory bodies use. As a final note, you have the burden of proof backwards when you insist that other people need to prove you wrong. You made the claim, therefore you are responsible for providing evidence to support the claim. No one is obliged to discredit the claim or take it serious until you have provided evidence. This is so Facebook. Just toss out a random statement, an outrageous statement. Oh, table salt will kill people. And then it's like, prove me wrong. Haha, I'm not going to provide whatever BS this came from. No, it's up to you. Which, in this case, isn't surprisingly difficult, but it's so weird. Oh my god, chairs interest. The story. These chairs were laid out for a wedding in 1939 in Poland. The wedding was abandoned, so they were chairs due to the German invasion. They were found again after the war with the trees growing through them. Every year they are repainted. Oh yeah, that would explain why they remain fresh. Yeah, this is actually an art piece in Belgium. Okay, that explains why the chairs look pretty new still. Why would you even make up that story? It's so weird.
Careful who you call ugly in middle school.
No one called you ugly. We went to the same school, just post your pick and go.
The Bible teaches the same. Give the man a fish, he'll starve. Teach him the fish, he'll survive forever. Perhaps you missed that lesson in Sunday school, just saying.
Maybe it was you who missed that day because that parable is nowhere in the Bible. Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Give him a poisonous fish and you feed him for the rest of his life. That one is from the Bible. I am a married man, and my wife has stopped all interest in the naughties. Instead, she has now become my hookup manager who manages my Facebook and Tinder page and gives me advice on how to get naughties, dates, and get laid. AMA.
This is Rory's mom. I'm sorry, but he is not married man. He's just a 16-year-old boy with a vivid imagination. Also, please stop with the private messages, especially explicit ones.
It is 10:35 p.m. and I had to use all my self-control to not burst out reading this. I almost busted a lung and thank you for the entertainment. What the frick? Oh my god. You really know you have your online trolling game on point when your mom literally comes through your comments to call out your BS. Hell yeah. Jason, the worst place I've ever been to and the biggest ripoff. We haven't even opened yet, Jason. I still don't like it. It's, Third time in 2 months that my landlord didn't pay the Wi-Fi bill, so I went and did it myself in person. Got this text from her friend immediately after.
Hey girl, paid off the bill. Wi-Fi's back on and cable. I'm drowning in debt, lol, but it's taken care of.
Yeah, I just came back from paying $367 towards it. That's so weird. Did they just notice that, it came back on and they just made up a story about paying it in hopes nobody would call them out? Is that what they're trying to do? What a garbage landlord. Oh my god.
I understand just fine. I recommend you spend some time in a meteorology and climatology classroom.
I do. Ask the professor. Maybe you should take one of my classes sometimes. I'll teach you all about the Dust Bowl, fire, vegetation, drought relationships, and how CSIRO predicted increases bushfire risk in Australia due to anthropogenic warming over a decade ago. I nailed every single one of those words. I don't want to hear anything about it in the comments. Booyah. It might have something to do with the old video clip of Bill Gates saying, if we do a really good job with vaccines, we can lower the population by 10 to 15%. They've scrubbed it from a lot of places now that he's leaving COVID vaccine research.
When child mortality rates drop, people have less children. Over time, this leads to a decrease in population growth. Dude isn't plotting genocide. He's pointing out that if people are healthier, they don't need to have a ton of kids just in case. Yeah, that's basically it. The more well-off a country is, the less mortality rates, the better medicine attention, all that kind of stuff, the less incentives there are for having lots and lots of children. So it's a pretty basic correlation, but of course, anti-vaxxers would take it out of context. Dear God. The official SpongeBob age. When you realize you've never seen SpongeBob's backyard. SpongeBob facts. In the classic episode of Naughty Nautical Neighbors, SpongeBob backyard can clearly be seen. You might want to delete this official SpongeBob account. Public SpongeBob, please, what have you done? The intern really messed up today. These photos were released early 2022, but @James Gunn said Denny wasn't part of the cast. But now that he confirmed she's part of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, it's safe to say Daniela will play Moondragon in Guardians of the Galaxy. I never said she wasn't part of the cast. I said she wasn't Moondragon. That's still true. So wait, the very specific thing that he said, you got wrong? That's amazing.
Oh, see? I'm officially 1 year sober, yay! Thank you, everyone. Love you all.
I just got this DM from one of my followers, led me to this post. Why are you catfishing as me? And I don't even drink alcohol. To anyone who's reading this is an old pic from one of my Reddit posts here. So yeah, the OP stole my pic and is pretending to be me for whatever reason. I'm quite surprised how my face always gets thousands of upvotes, but I honestly can't tell whether I should be flattered or horrified. I suppose it's the same kind of thing that catfishers on Tinder and stuff do. They often just Google a picture, take something that's already popular because they know that it will work, and hope that the person on the other end won't double check it or recognize it. David, 1 star. Critical. Professionalism. Quality. Disgusting. Filthy place that is never cleaned with a rude, uneducated staff. Give this place a big miss. Response from the owner. Hi, David. I'm curious how you came about your review, as our venues have been closed for over 9 months for COVID-19. Were you just salty that they were closed when you wanted to go for lunch and you decided to leave this? 1-star reviews are wild, man. I swear to God. And more people are killed with hammers every year than guns. You can Google it. And here's stats. The hammers, that stat's just wrong. I saw this video. It's so embarrassing and cringy. And the worst thing with these kind of people is that they will still hold on to their point of view. They will just jump to like the next weird made up statistic and justify it that way. This is basically confirmation bias. You already have an opinion that you want to be true, and then you'll find any piece of evidence that support it. Because the world is a big place, you can find correlations with a lot of things. For example, if I were really against ice cream, I could say that the correlation, like, oh, there is a correlation between increasing the amount of ice cream you consume and the likelihood of you falling victim to crime. Like, oh my God, ice cream is so bad. But the real factor, of course, is that you eat ice cream when you're on vacation, and you're also more likely to get, for example, pickpocketed when you're traveling. So that is the, like, causating factor. But if you take 2 parts of the resulting factor, so to say, they will look like they're correlating, even though those in themselves have nothing to do with each other. A fun little statistical side rant, but also, yes indeed, be open to new ideas. It's good. Hey!
Wanna be my text buddy and get $500 twice a week, and how old are you?
I'm 15.
Can I see your pic?
I'm a dude.
I know I'm not asking for nudes, so just wanna see who I'm chatting with.
So then what kind of scam is this?
What do you mean scam? I'm a woman of a very reputation at work, and I don't joke with my reputation. You feel I'm old enough to take care.
Okay then, send a pic first.
There's a pic.
Yeah, that's just there's the picture of a famous person. you just picked the top photo. Blonde girl selfie. Boom. Nobody's gonna figure that out. What's up?
My cat got attacked by a coyote and I need help to share my go get funding, gather funds for surgery. Can you help me share it?
Start by sharing it yourself and I'll take a look. There's nothing on your profile that's pretty scammy.
I tried sharing on r/cat and other subreddits, but they don't allow fundraisers. Blank.com.
That's exact fundraiser is on a GoFundMe with a different cat. Gross.
That's mine.
It's 2 different cats. So you try to fake a profile for a cat that is actually someone else's to like snag money from them? That is so scummy. Oh my God. 1 star.
Terrible service. Came to the spot with a few college friends and they turned down our real IDs and threatened to take them. I do not recommend drinking or dining in this place.
Hi, I am the owner who was there to witness this interaction with my servers. When you attempted to order drinks, we determined the IDs were not real based on our team training and our knowledge how to identify IDs. In addition, to validate our assumptions, we asked why you were dressed up in prom attire during prom season. You responded with, going to a formal. We asked where, as all local college formals happen in March and April, and you responded with, a formal. We're more than happy to serve all patrons 21 plus because, laws. Also, when you choose to leave a bad review after coming to small business and trying to drink illegally, maybe hide your social media. Hope your varsity soccer season at Blorp High School went well for you. Oh no, why would you? Oh, it's so bad. Once you get busted with this, you accept it and you move on. right? Trying to get your hands on some alcohol as like a teenager. In the US, I guess you have to be 21, which is ridiculous. But like, if you want to get your hands on alcohol when you're like 19 or 20 or whatever, like that's fine. It's not a huge crime. Drink responsibly. But when you try to shame a small business for not like aiding in that when they could be in serious legal jeopardy for doing so, maybe that's not the path to take, fam.
Let me body slam you.
Wow, y'all in the comments are down bad. This you,
Mommy, and I love you.
forget to switch account there. Wait, he responded to himself with that? Oh my god. Why do people do this? It's so weird. I read somewhere the number one leading theory I've had, I mean, apart from just, wanting attention and being bored and trolling online, the number one leading motivation, according to one line of logic that I read, is that accounts with a lot of karma or a lot of history or some decent followers can easily be sold to people, for example, who want to push something, advertise something, or just want to push, like, for example, a political agenda. A lot more people trust, for example, Reddit accounts with high karma accounts or Twitter accounts that have, at least a few thousand followers. So that can be what it is, or I'm assuming in this case, maybe it's just like a kid looking for attention. I don't know. r/unpopular opinion. Social media should have a link to your social security number to open an account. Lots of scams, hatred, CP abuse, and harassment people on social media without any consequences. People who say do anything with consequences cause social media profiles are anonymous. If different countries require you to attach your SSN or other government documents to open social media that you're not anonymous, a lot of such things will reduce significantly. One downside would be leaking of data, which includes your SSN. There's no way to avoid it. Then I think social media platforms should require you to input your official details to avoid the anonymity factor.
Suggesting to remove the anonymity factor on Reddit, not such a good idea of a pitch there.
From OP. Did you forget to switch your account, OP? Oh my god. I mean, it is an interesting discussion to have, because there is so much going on online with stalkers, scams, harassment, illegal activity, whatever it might be. And yes, having some sort of security with additional documentation would theoretically solve it if, they can't find a workaround with just fake IDs and stuff, which would probably be the case for more serious things. But also, I'm not too hyper about giving that kind of information to every social media giant out there, as, data gets sold and tossed around and that kind of stuff. Not to mention the safety, what happens if your accounts get hacked and whippity-whoopity, someone now has all your information. Maybe not the safest thing ever. So I think this is one of those cases where it theoretically solves certain issues that are very serious, but it also piles on top very serious issues. It solves some problems but creates more, so it's not great. Games and toys. A new rumor from inside Jeff Grubb claims that Star Wars Jedi Survivor will have multiple playable characters, not only this one. I literally said the opposite of this.
Finish my assault intercessor squad. Can you please rate it on a scale from 1 to 10?
Cool. 8 out of 10. I hate to break it to you, but not only are those not assault instances, but you forgot to switch account before complimenting yourself. But it's the only person who will compliment me, please. Wow, my IQ is 189. I'm pretty happy. Happiness is a relative term. You must know sadness to realize a high IQ may or may not influence emotion. Lol, there's no way your IQ is 189. That would place you as roughly the 7th most intelligent person in the world, so stop your BS. No, they took one of those online clickbaity tests. They have 250 IQ. Yum. There is text alert. We blocked the recent ATM card withdrawal with too many incorrect PIN attempts. In response to your ATM debit card has been disabled pending verification. Please verify via secured portal. This portal is very safe. Please verify, frick out here. They tried, okay? They tried. Why Parasite is an objectively bad movie? Your review is garbage. No one will agree with you. His reviews are good. You just salty has a different opinion than you. Did you forget to log out of your main? Oh no.
I am 9 inches and thick as frick.
I am literally 16. Go away.
I'm 17. Sorry. Hit me up. 30 male looking for female.
This you?
No. What the frick?
Oh my god. They know how to check my profile history. Oh, this is too much for my little brain.
My dog is 400 pounds and I can carry him like a baby.
I would love to see you try to pick up that, Roxanne. 400-pound dog is impossible, love. The biggest Great Dane recorded was 165 pounds, which is really freaking big. Danes are a strong breed and not dogs to be picked up easily. 400 pounds? You carry something with 400 pounds? Just like that? I don't buy it, and also, what kind of dog is that? A bear?
Today, you know where this is. France. You know why this is. To fight against the tyrannical vaccine passports. Do you know who this is? Taking back their frickin' country.
No, this is Iceland fans performing a Viking clap to welcome home players. You just cropped the video to remove the watermark. Oh, boy. That's the freaking boy from It. You won't fool me.
No, it's not.
That's the freaking house in the background too. La 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 la. Yada, fine. You want to see my actual boyfriend? Nah, I'm good. This is like the epitome of the, you wouldn't know my boyfriend. They go to a different school. But, no. Why didn't you just take a random picture of a random boy instead? So it's not so easy to recognize. Then you could at least like lived up to the lie. Come on. Well, laddies, lasses, and lasses, I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed having you here. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I will see you again soon. Goodbye. Mwah.